Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Spilling the Tea, and today we are here with the one and only Soe. How are you doing, Soe?
Doing great. How are you?
I am very good, thank you. Alright, we're just gonna roll through some questions. I'll start with some ones from Reddit.
All right.
So Joe Boko7 asks, aside from hosting Al, what esports gig is your favorite, or something that you've done in the past that was your favorite?
Honestly, that's so hard. I've been doing esports full time for 13 years now, and throughout those 13 years, I've covered literally every game humanly possible. It's tough. I just always enjoy covering games or hosting games or casting games, which I personally enjoy playing. Which at the time was always the game I was covering. So I don't actually think I can pick a favorite. There's just memorable events such as BlizzCon. Doing a main stage at BlizzCon is always huge. Obviously, TI when I did Dota 2, that was phenomenal. ESL 1 actually also. That was the first time we filled the stadium with Dota fans, and that was just quite mind-blowing, considering that the first few events I did was 10 people in the audience and I built the stage myself, so we came a long way.
Yeah, that's crazy. The only one of any of those events that I've actually been to is the BlizzCon. I know BlizzCon, how good that is every year, but I've watched some of the events that you talked about, and I know how crazy the crowds can be, and just how big the arenas are and stuff. It's really cool.
It was so hard to imagine when I was younger that I one day will be standing in an arena, like a soccer arena or something, football, whatever you want to call it, which is filled with people who love the same thing I do. Like, how crazy is that? We used to be shunned for liking video games, right? So now
Yeah.
just being around so many other passionate gamers fills me with so much joy.
At Edmart3 asked, did you have any pets before Nori?
My last few pets I had when I still lived in Germany, actually. I had two cats, Gooey Marshmallow and Crispy Bacon. I'm really good at naming animals.
Great names.
Yeah, they when I moved to France, they stayed in Germany with someone very kind because I couldn't have pets in my new place. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, now I have Miso and Nori, my ever so helpful companions. And when I say helpful, I mean they just break everything, and I love them for it. Cats. Do you have
Yeah.
any pets, actually?
Well, back home, we have a dog. Obviously, I live with my family still, so yeah, we have a dog.
What kind of
I've
dog?
had a couple of dogs. We have a West Highland Terrier, so sort of like a mid-small size dog. You know, the white sort of fluffy
Yeah,
terriers.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
adorable.
they're very cute. Yeah. And when I was younger, we had a boxer as well.
Aw.
Um,
So you're more a
and I
dog
really
person?
like busters. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I've never obviously lived on my own, excluding with esports, and I don't really have time to look after a pet reliably right now. But I would
That's very
like to have
responsible
pets
of
in the
you.
future. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have pets in the future, but I don't know. My dad was always a dog person, but my dad has cats and dogs now as well,
Oh,
and it's kind of like a barnyard. So whenever I talk to him on like Discord, we video call
oh, that's lovely.
every week or so. I always see he'll always have like two cats on his shoulders or on his head, just climbing over him,
Yeah,
because you know how cats are.
Yeah, cats are all over the place, but they're very self-sustainable as far as
Yeah.
pets go. We have automatic feeders, so technically they don't even need
Oh,
me.
okay.
Yeah, they just endure me. I don't know
Oh,
why
that's
they let
cool.
me stay at their place, but it's very kind of them.
Ikari asks, does Fusions know German? I don't know any German whatsoever. And would Zoe be willing to teach him some Swiss slang?
That's even harder. Like, okay, so
Yeah?
German is already not an easy language, but I'm from Switzerland. I speak Swiss, and it's like next level. Shall I teach you the hardest word in Swiss? It's the number one word.
You can try, and I can try and say it.
Well, good luck with that. It's the number one word. Whenever someone is asking for a Swiss word, I think that's our go-to. I don't know if
Right.
the English language has that too, but the word would be hochigashte.
All right. Okay. Huchi Hashte? Did I
That's
say it
actually
remotely correct?
I mean, no, you didn't, but it was closer than I thought it would be.
Sorry,
Try one more time.
awful. I'm absolutely awful with other languages.
This one is really hard though because
Okay.
it uses the which is just Swiss thing. So it's
Yeah, it's
hochigashte.
obviously we had Bruston on the team before, and I tried to learn Dutch from him, and Dutch is very similar in that regard. It is impossible to say anything.
Yeah,
if
the
you are not
pronunciation,
used
if
to
you're not used to it, it's
pronouncing
really
it.
hard. Yeah, hochigashte is a tough one. It means kitchen cupboard. I don't know why that became
Kitchen
the word,
cupboard,
but
right? Okay. So Freg MNT asks, who is the most entertaining player for you to watch?
That depends. What do you consider entertainment?
Oh, I don't know.
I like me a good feeder just as much as I like myself someone who actually hits
Yeah,
the
I
shots.
mean, their public image and the way they present themselves can be a part of that. It doesn't
Exactly.
have to be specific to
I
their
mean,
play.
Jerry is almost always a pleasure, right? But I I think last season the answer would have probably been Amon.
Ah, right.
I think he was a very entertaining player. Bumper also, just because I like the sometimes slightly brainless aggression,
Yep.
but if you have a good team, it works out. Ah man, this is a really hard question. I have recently actually really enjoyed Yucky.
Oh,
That's probably
really?
that's a probably a very random answer, but I just feel like he as a player came quite a long way, and seeing him now with the mayhem, like completely excelling, also showing us quite a bit of versatility, is actually really cool to watch. And I think he takes very different angles sometimes. I just like watching him. I feel like I'm learning something just based on what he's doing.
Yaki is a really, really, really good player, so I can
Yeah, he
understand how
is.
it'd be entertaining to, especially when he's playing like, he's playing like the Tracer in the May Melee tournament, which not a lot of the teams are playing. You get to see something different and also something
Yeah,
really entertaining. I can see that being the case. He's a fantastic player. So
and of course, Fusions always number one pick.
the classic.
Yeah, I don't know. We have so many good players, and I feel like on a different day, my answer will be like every day. My answer will be different. It's the same when someone asks like, "Who's the rookie of the year?" My answer would always be the last one I remembered popping off. So
Yeah.
it's really really hard. I feel like so many of our players have incredible entertaining moments. I also just love like player personalities, such as people who are really confident, like a dogman. I enjoy the trash talking and the confidence coming into a game. It's just kind of fun, and it makes it funnier when he either excels or actually just feeds. It just adds to the entertainment value.
Yeah, no, I respect Dogman a lot for going out and doing something that a lot of
Yeah.
players are scared to do. Because even for me, I like talking to people and getting what I think heard, but I can't. I'm like kind of superstitious. I don't want to like say something and be like, oh god, it's in the back of my mind when I'm playing a match. Oh god,
It's
if I don't do this,
terrifying.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I respect Dogman for that.
Yeah, it definitely adds a lot of pressure. I remember when we did the All Stars games with the talent takedown, and they forced us to do a trash talk video. Right after I recorded it, I felt so awful. My immediate reaction in my head was just like, "Oh, we better win this!" Like I went way overboard in trash talking. If
Yeah,
we
but
don't win, I look like an idiot.
yeah, but I can see that like from the other perspective then, like the you for the player perspective, because when I see the talent trash talking each other, I think it's hilarious. So I guess that must be what it's like for you guys when you see the players kind of trash talking each other, making those sort of storylines. And maybe another hard question from doing stuff, man. What is your most memorable Overwatch League moment? Something you've done or something you witnessed as a part of the team. Doesn't have to be something that happened on stage, just anything related to OWL.
I think for me the most meaningful things have just been the interactions we had with players, with the families of players, with people in the audience, just whoever came to the Blizzard Arena. I think that was a very special place, and I don't think I fully appreciated it as we were there as I do right now, because that closeness to the people actually watching the show has been incredible special to me. Being able to interact, like I met so many cool people in that arena, so many passionate, kind, supporting people. A lot of the players' parents were there as well, and their friends, and that was just so heartwarming for me to see the support they're getting from their families who came from all over the countries and continents to support their kids. So that was just, these kind of moments always meant a lot to me, and I really love the ones we got to highlight. Sometimes we caught those kind of moments on camera, sometimes we made features about them, and I will treasure these kind of moments forever, I think.
That's, yeah, very wholesome answer. Not exactly what I expected, but a very, very good answer. That's yeah,
Thank
very,
you.
very
I'm
wholesome.
PR
I'm gonna
trained.
tear up. Starbucket asks, what are your tattoos and is there any story behind them?
Actually, yeah, there's a lot of story behind it. So my sleeve which you never actually fully see. This is from a book called Redwall, which was my favorite book growing up. It was the only book I really had. So I grew up in a children's home slash orphanage. I don't know what the right word for it is. In Swiss, it was an orphanage, but I do have parents. Like I know my parents, or I know of my parents. So I grew up there, and we weren't really allowed to have many things. But my family, my grandparents, my parents, they did give me that one book, and I was hiding that in my room, and it was like my one treasured possession. It was about this mouse who grew up in a monastery. Oddly enough, the orphanage I grew up in was an old monastery as well. So just like the environment, I guess, felt a bit relatable. And he wanted to become a knight, but everyone told him he can't be a knight because of where he is right now. But, you know, he went out there, he got himself a bit of a Lord of the Rings scenario, like acquiring companions, like all different animals. There was a badger and a squirrel and whatnot, and they went to defeat the evil ones. And I just thought that was just such a cool story, which gave me so much growing up. And I really, really love the fan art coming out of those books and the covers of it. I one day decided that I'm gonna get that tattooed. It's pretty much how the book looked like, so it's like opening up. So that's my sleeve on my arm, and on my leg is my family tree, but the Native American, I guess, zodiac signs, because that's the religion my dad practices. Whom I now have good contact with as much as I can, since he lives as a, how do you call that? Basically druid somewhere in the mountains.
Right, okay.
Yeah, my family situation is a little odd. But I really respect him, and I respect his, I guess, faith. And I wanted to honor that with a really big tattoo on my leg. Which turned out really cool. So it's just a massive tree going from my knee up to here. So my entire side is just one massive picture of a tree with animals in it.
Man, that's crazy. I like how much just effort goes into even like the concept of what you go to get the tattoo with, the base of it. That's crazy.
I waited a long
wholesome
time.
as well.
I waited a long time to get those tattoos, because I always thought like tattoos are cool and whatnot, but I didn't want to get something which just looks cool because, oh, that looks dope. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna think that looks cool in 10 years. Whereas if you get something which is actually meaningful to you, something which, you know, makes you happy when you look at it, or it tells a story, I think that is beautiful art I want to have on my body. And quite frankly, like looking at my tattoos, it makes me smile. I smile every single time I look at them, and they make me feel good. So I'm very, very happy. I'll never regret getting them.
Oh, that's great. That's really cool. I mean, the story made me smile, so I can see how having them would make you smile.
Do you have any tattoos?
I don't, not yet.
Oh,
I
pure
mean,
boy.
I don't, I don't know if I would ever want to get any. I mean, it's obviously something that I've thought about, but I don't know. Maybe later down the line, we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, there's no rush, right? You can still get that done later in life. To answer what everyone's thinking, yes, it hurts. This is my most hated question. Every time someone sees tattoos, like, did that hurt? It's like, oh no, a person just punched needles in me for hours at a time and it was bleeding. Didn't hurt at all. Like, why would you even ask that?
Yeah. Fossil Duck asks, if you could create an Overwatch League team for your hometown, what would you call it, and why? If you have a specific reason.
I guess I'd just go for my hometown, you know.
Yeah.
Be loud and proud about it. The sigil, or like, yeah, I guess it's a sigil from my hometown, Basel, is basilisk, because it is known to have lived there. So I guess it's an animal or a creature at least. So that would work.
That would definitely work. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, and we can go with the Roman name Basileia, which is what the Romans called the city once they conquered it, as they did most cities right by the Rhine on their way. So it would be the. Basileia sounds a little. I don't know. I don't know if you can work with that, but we can work with the basilisk. We can work around it. Yeah, the grand idea is there.
What do you think if you had to have like two colors for the team, like a color scheme? What do you think you'd go with?
See, for my city, that's actually tough because my city is split in two by the river, by the Rhine. and they both have a different color. There is Basel Stadt and Basel Land, so that means
Right.
Basel City and Basel like countryside. One of them is white and red, and the other one is black and white. But I'd probably
Right.
go for black and white because that's just El Clasico. So
I mean, both are very like sort of linked with like Switzerland in general, right? The black
yeah,
and white and the white and red. So
yeah.
very
No, I
very
think
good
they
color
can
choices
both
either
work.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
that's like a
good.
home and away jersey situation.
Yeah, that's true. That could be a home and away, like an alternate jersey maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Brendan P asks, how much time have you spent playing Animal Crossing?
Oh, I think last time I checked it was 500 hours.
Jeez. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, I've definitely spent a lot of time in there. But I have, my island looks beautiful. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say it must
well
look
spent.
amazing at this point. Yeah, no, I mean those sort of like sandboxy games like that sort of style, you
I
can
mean, you
kind of do
spend
whatever
hours
you want,
just
you know?
exactly. You just stand there and like fish or something like that,
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
very
having the time
chill.
of your life. It's very chill. It's very nice.
And on that note as well, who is the best Animal Crossing villager? From another question.
Mmm, Teddy. I know no one in the world will agree with me, but I love Teddy. He was one of my first villagers. He motivated me in some really dark times when we just all got quarantined, and I kind of struggled to find motivation to work out. He literally in game this like he's a jock kind of villager.
Right.
So he's just like talking about working out all the time. And he
Oh
somehow
yeah.
managed in game to really motivate me to like, you know what? If Teddy can do it, I can do it too.
That's
So
amazing.
because he sent me so many weird encouraging letters in game. Sometimes your villagers send you letters. Because he did that so often, I felt like no, I owe it to Teddy to stick to my workout regime. Hence, I'm now still very fit and still doing very well. And I think that's all thanks to Teddy. Now, unfortunately, I kicked him off my island by accident because I hit the wrong button, and I'm now trying desperately to get Teddy back. But I'll miss him forever. I might print out some photos of him and hang them somewhere in my room just because. Yeah, but it's Teddy. He's a good guy.
All right, fair enough. I mean, he can be my favorite now as well because I haven't played the game, so he's the only villager that I actually know. So
I mean, he's a teddy bear. He's called Teddy, and he likes to work out. I don't see anything wrong
no
with this.
downside to that. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right, thank you so much,
Wonderful.
Zoe. That's all the questions we got time for now. It's been a great time. I hope you enjoyed as well.
I definitely did. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.